What's up, traders? Going 0 for 3 today. Let's get to it. All right, traders, as you can see with the P&L, not a good day. Just the ZS hasn't made a red candle yet. And yeah, felt pretty extended, made a nice move here off the bell on some pretty good volume. We got short. It tried to come down. We were in the green for a little bit there. Just didn't want to work. Ended up going high of day, had a nice cut. And, this is where some FOMO probably took over and ended up with a bigger loss on it because of it. Um, I, 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 I even asked myself the question, but I still let it get to me. Probably because I was in AMTX as well, which is now kind of pissing me off even more, which you'll see why in a second. But would I have taken this trade if I never took this first trade? And I can't say that I would have. I don't think I would have because it started to look like it was grinding after the initial move and most likely would not have played this. And then I got caught in it as it was grinding even higher, just looking for any signs of a backside. And this was the first sign of the backside here. So we looked to add, just risking that high of day. And as you can see, it pretty much went right back to high of day after we added. And yeah, so I mean, this is actually the first candle to break its previous 2-minute candle's low. So this could be the actual first sign of a backside, but again, we're already done, so not even going to look at it. The other trade was down here on AMTX. We got in on this nice extension that it made on some pretty nice volume through this area here. Was looking to get short right as it popped through that whole dollar. Kind of felt like it was jiggling there pretty much right after we got in. You can see it looks like we literally got the bottom of this candle, 306. Yep, our fill was at 306. And then it just took off all the way up here to 340. We actually went to add on this candle here when it got to 350. I think it was at like 344 when we tried. No, it was at 342 is where we hit the button. And just to show you real quick, you can see we hit it right here at 342. But unfortunately, we ran out of shorts. So that completely ruined this trade. Because as you can see, it would have worked out beautifully. I would have came back down, would have been taking some profit there. But instead, it kind of forced our hand. We could have, taken it off for a loss here, which was probably the smart thing to do. But when you combine the emotions from the ZS trade as well, and both of those not working out, you start to get a little bit of emotions, and this is what happens. Yeah, we top ticked it. 360, we got filled at 359, basically a top tick, and then look at what it did right after that. It was a fake out breakout. But at this point, with no shares to add, there's really no way I can let this go against me high of day because who knows? It's a lower float. It's actually rotated its float, I think. What's the float on this thing? AMTX 16 mil, so not there. But it has the ability to make a pretty nice move, like up towards 4, maybe even through 4. Looking at the daily, it just went through that gap fill. And yeah, so this thing could have definitely kept going. And with no shares to add, it really made no sense to let this go. And yeah, it ended up coming back down just enough to kind of tick us off because once we realized we were out of shorts, we immediately put an order at break even. So when this was coming down, I was like, come on, just give us that push, give us a break-even trade. And we ended up taking the max amount of loss that we could have on this trade. So a bit frustrating following the rules. 3 losses and we're done for the day. And yeah, so it's a short day, a very aggravating day, but these days are going to happen. This is, a little bit of a setback. Of course, as we're building confidence moving forward, was actually, thinking I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive today. I didn't really get any more aggressive than I normally would have. I may have, necessarily broken a rule here on ZS. Not a rule, but I just shouldn't have been in this trade. It was still extended on a pretty nice move, so I can't even say it was a bad trade. But would I have taken this trade if I didn't take that first trade? And the odds are not at all. And on AMTX, just unfortunate that we ran out of shares, but hey, that's part of the game. And, you're going to top tick stocks anyways. So it sucks, right? I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, this is just a setback. We're finally getting something going. And then to have a pretty bad day like this, it sucks. The first loss on ZS, sorry. The first loss on ZS actually wasn't too bad. This was I think like a $9 loss. But the second one was a pretty good one. It was like 20, 25 bucks. And then the one here on AMTX was 21. So they add up, even though they're not max losses. You add 3 losses together and it starts to accumulate. So you never want to lose 3 times in a day, but obviously when you lose 3 times in a row, something's not clicking. you're not seeing something right. You made a mistake like on AMTX. We didn't realize the shares were that low. There's something going on that is wrong. And my rules say I should stop when that happens so I don't get even more emotional and, go off the deep end. So that's why the rules are in place, and I'm going to sit here and follow them, and we're going to move on to tomorrow. So until then, yeah, this sucks, but like and subscribe. I always appreciate the support. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below or join us in the Discord or find me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.